Okie dokie, g'day guys, another Dokkan Battle video. Going back to the makeshift teams that I kind of started the channel making, to be honest. So this one is a product of, much like the last makeshift video, a product of me not having the unit that I'll be running as a friend. That unit this time being Dokkan Fest exclusive Physical Piccolo, who is the leader of both the Namekians and the Worthy Rivals category. Similar to the Makeshift Go Bros video that I did, the best leader to kind of run if you don't have Piccolo and you want to make up a team of his category is transforming Vegeta. A big reason I did this, other than the fact that I really like Piccolo, is the fact that I ended up pulling Nail with a couple of dupes, which he is good in his own right, but thrives next to a Piccolo, or with a Piccolo I should say. But we may as well just get stuck straight in. Doing a 2 sensu run again. As I've mentioned before, it's almost a no item run, except for it just gives you that little bit of security when you get kind of potentially caught out with a bit of bad luck. When, you know, Goku decides to do his trademark super on the unit you really don't want him to super. As I usually do, I usually take that free-to-play Goku and Gohan exchange unit, but given it's a Worthy Rivals team, I've taken their counterpart in what you see on screen right now, the exchange Vegeta and Trunks, stacking both attack and defense. I may as well just go in order of what you see on the side there. This, as of right now, global exclusive awakening for Blue Vegeta, the Tech Blue Vegeta. Ridiculous unit, also stacks attack and defense, so perfect for this event. MVP 17, he's just the MVP. He will only be on the 100% leader buff, as he was on the Makeshift GoPros team, because he's not a pure Saiyan, unfortunately. Margin Vegeta, I brought him mainly because I needed to fill a final slot, and he's Rainbow, so I just wanted to see how he holds up. He doesn't stack or anything, but he is one of those kind of awkward units, similar to the Tech Blue Vegeta, where he gets stronger or weaker depending on how many orbs you get him. Unlike the Blue Vegeta though, he doesn't stack, so he's kind of a little bit inconsistent, but we'll see how he goes anyway. I've already mentioned the exchange unit, and then I've also mentioned Nail. We'll probably try and get Piccolo's transformation off maybe after the Z phases of the fight, so after Super Saiyan 3, as we enter the I guess what I call the Super Dragon Ball Super stages of the fight, starting at God. But we'll see how we go. I think obviously I'll try and have a rotation of the Namekians as well as the exchange unit with this guy, doing an additional to help him beef himself up a bit. So yeah, it looks like our rotations are almost set. We might fluctuate them a little bit depending on where Piccolo shows us supers. You know, if we get like a 17 without his damage reduction active, or we get a Margin Vegeta on an AGL enemy stage and he's supering at the back and the enemy supering at the back, we might obviously throw him in the guts or at the front wherever there's less attacks, similar to this kind of turn. And then we'll also see what that's annoying. We'll see where transforming Vegeta and how he goes, because we obviously don't want to miss any supers with him, as he stacks stacks defense all the way up until blue. So any and all, he's already rock solid pretty much. So any and all additionals he gets up until that point, he will become even sturdier. I think in the Makeshift Cobras video we got really lucky and got 3 out of 4, so he was really solid. No, oh, that was unfortunate. Oh, so hopefully we can get a couple soup. No, that's alright. And Piccolo's ability to show us, 93. I'm going to give him, yeah, may as well. Now we might take it easy, just so we can keep building without rushing through, especially for the exchange unit. Not that they're bad, but they're a free-to-play unit, so stats aren't fantastic in comparison to some of the other units we're running here, so the more we can build on them the better. Nail, despite being under, oh, we nearly did another one again. Nail, despite being under 100% leader buff from the transforming Vegeta side of things. Same as Piccolo, they'll be more than fine defensively. Their passive just builds them to insane amounts of defense. No passive with damage reduction there for 17, but that's okay. And so yeah, look, we can, now that we can see where he's super, and it's just such a valuable trait to have. And because he doesn't stack, we don't necessarily need to super with him either. This Margin Vegeta. This guy's stuck in attack and defense though. As you can see, I kind of gave him a fair few additionals, and this is what happens when you do. The more he stacks, the moment they release a legendary Freezer event like this, he'll just be the MVP across the board. It doesn't matter whether he'll have a Piccolo or not, because he's designed to ruin Piccolo units. Let me just pull up his passive really quickly, just so we can so I don't get anything wrong. What are we looking at? Yeah, he's got plenty of health, so we can leave transforming Vegeta float for now. So launches an additional super attack, and all attacks become crits when there's a wicked bloodline enemy. So if you're in an event where, let's say they do a legendary freezer event, I think this now might actually chew through it far too quickly. He'll be like a cooler almost. Won't have the same stats or anything like that, but in fairness, he'll be doing a guaranteed supers. I mean, if you get all these key to start with. He's going to do an additional here. I wouldn't mind it. Yes, he is. I love this unit so much. With Saiyan Day approaching, he's almost 1 year old. At the time of recording, it's about 2 or 3 hours after they announced the Super Saiyan Bardock transforming, the Bardock transforming unit into Super Saiyan Bardock. No supers. That's fine. 17 won't take too much. So yeah, interesting to see how he'll perform. The Bardock that's coming with Saiyan Day, but as of right now, the latest Saiyan Day unit is still Vegeta, who is, I don't think he's aged all that poorly. His damage isn't quite enough to write home about, but he pulls his weight in just his leader skill alone. As you can see, this is two teams that I've made makeshift videos of, where he covers everyone in the leader skill of the friend unit that I don't have, in Piccolo and Goku. And who knows, he might even show his face once or twice with units I don't have. Yeah, I'll just kind of relax a bit. 73, and with 4 tech orbs, he becomes, wow, 160. That's more than double. But we want this guy to get a whole lot of orbs for his defense. But in these early stages, it's not a big deal. Yeah, that's more than fine. 1-1 for these guys. They usually, once they get past the Super Saiyan Blue stage, they won't have any type disadvantage, so not to say that I would have worried about them too much, but given, like I said, they have free-to-play stats, they can, if they don't kind of get enough time to stack, they can be a little bit on the slower side of things, but on the squishy side of things, but even still, don't even think that that's going to be I should put Vegeta in there, but I don't think these guys will kill, to be honest. And even if he doesn't get a super attack, I'm going to have to miss these nodes though, so I don't do too much damage. And I really don't want him to get an additional this time around. Same with you, Piccolo. Just relax this turn. Just relax this turn, guys. Don't need the Namekians getting too much revenge on their destroyed planet. Don't do an additional, please. He can't crit yet anyway, because he doesn't have a dupe in him. Oh, perfect. So I don't think Vegeta will be able to additional. He'll definitely kill here. That's right, he's got an extra stack, at least one. I can't quite remember whether he got one in the first turn or not, but he's at least +1. 17 might get a little bit exposed. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I think it is. Yeah. Yep, 5 and 2 normals, and he'll be at 280. Wow. Wow. He's going to be just, even when we get to the int phase, if he gets just the average kind of 4 or 5 orbs, he will be very, very, very reliable. Don't mind when we get like a whole field if we get lucky. Additionals wouldn't go astray, and this exchange unit I wouldn't mind some additionals for either. Just to make them that little bit sturdier, especially in these AGL phases. Not that he's getting attacked, pardon me, this turn, but the sturdier they can get, the earlier they can get it. That's not ideal. That's okay. 17 holds his own pretty well. I mean, that he didn't have his damage reduction then. Are we supering at the end? We're not. Wow, look at Nail already. He's at 300k pretty much. That's not enough. That's alright. He's not. We know he's not supering, which is a good thing. We still might take a fair bit of damage though. Bummer. I was hoping for an additional or two from these guys. Maybe Piccolo might help us out this time. No. 30. Not ideal. Not ideal. That's okay. That's okay. So yeah, after this phase, we might, once we get Piccolo's active skill ready to go, we might, ooh, 211. Oh, that's his. Sorry, 211. He's got a whole field of normal orbs. 5. Jesus. Imagine if they were tech orbs. Seriously. Let's give this to. Look at all that healing we got next turn though. Oh, he won't take anything here. I reckon he'd be lucky if he took anything from Inui Goku on that with that level of defense. Even if Inui Goku is supered 2.6. It's not too bad at all. Very impressive. Both these EZA free-to-play units are really, really, really reliable, to be honest. They did a really good job. I kind of wish they made the exchange Vegeta unit, Vegeta and Trunks unit, sorry, Vegeta's family support to mirror the Goku's family, but that's just what makes the Goku's family one a little bit more. Do I bust it out now? We'll get that healing first. Nah, we'll wait till next round. Just one or two more stacks. We're at 1.38 for this guy. He's actually, if you're running a Planet Namek Saga team, although you've only got that free-to-play EVA Piccolo as a Namekian to inside him, Nail actually isn't half a bad linking partner for LR Physical Trunks. They both have Cold Judgment, which is a defensive link that comes in handy. They both, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they have Hero. I'm pretty sure they have Experienced Fighters though. They don't share Hero. I reckon Trunks could probably do with that link, to be honest, but that's okay. Yeah, it's Fierce Battle, is it? No, it's not. I thought there was another link that they shared. That's okay. Oh, Shocking Speed, I think it is. Is it? Give me 2 seconds. 1.8. He's doing real well. Yeah, Shocking Speed and Cold Judgment. So they get 2 key and I think it's 20% defense together. 10%. Oh no, sorry. Where are we? Cold Judgment. 20% defense. So 20% defense. Sorry, and 2 key is not half bad linking, considering those characters never interacted in the show, or in the series, I should say. Only because that Planet Namek Saga is a little bit of a mismatch at the moment. There's not a oh wow, look at that. I think this is where we do the active skill. 230, yeah, may as well.
I'm neither Kami nor Piccolo. I'm simply a Namekian who's forgotten his own name.
Real letdown that they didn't give him a different name so he could run with others, but 250, he'll be fine because he's got how much damage reduction when he's transformed. Hang on a second. Yeah, we'll give. Oh, that's perfect. We don't need the recovery, but let's see what Vegeta can do with these orbs. No super attack this turn. Beautiful. Reduces damage by 40% with 120% of a boost to defense. Crazy. He won't take anything. When you got 250,000 defense and 40% damage reduction, you're not going to take much. Even from STR UI Goku, who's probably still going to be the scariest phase of this fight, with 17 transforming. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Transforming Vegeta and Piccolo. Piccolo won't worry about him. I think unless it's a super, I don't think transforming Vegeta will worry about him. And then depending on whether or not we've got 17's damage reduction, I won't worry so much, but I would rather him not get supered. Or even attacked for that matter, but it's 3 going to get him. He's on 160, 240? 250, wow. I'm close, but just goes to show how ridiculous of a... With the stacking effect as well. I mean, with that little orbs, his attack isn't crazy amazing, but he doesn't need to be. He just needs to be defensively sound, and then we get to that final couple of phases, get him all the orbs we need, and he'll start tearing through like no one's business. No super attack again. Alrighty, so it should happen this turn, we should know exactly where it is. No. Interesting. I think we'll save all those greens for... Yeah, look at that, perfect for Martin Vegeta, just so his defense is as high as it can possibly be. Yeah, that's like 3 turns in a row that we've had no super. That's okay. That's okay. If you're looking to skip ahead as well, I will put time codes in the description as to what phases are what. I know the Legendary Goku event can be a little bit of a longer one, especially when I'm doing makeshift teams like this. I do like to kind of take my time and let it build. What's that? 3 green, 3 normal. What's he going to be at? Oh, I didn't check. I don't think it really matters. To be honest, he won't take much. I don't think anyone... Oh, here we go. 3 green, 3 normals. He should be at about 250. Yeah, that's more than enough. That's almost nothing. In fact, it is nothing. We'll recover that with 1 orb with Nail next turn, because he's just rock solid. Old Nail, especially with a Piccolo on the team. And these guys aren't doing as many additionals as I like, but I'm still not awfully concerned. Next phase, wouldn't mind them not getting super attacked, but I think they should be taking normals pretty easily. I think they're over 200k defense by this stage of the fight. We're getting really lucky, actually. Goku just doesn't really want to super us. 1 attack at the end for 17, who doesn't... Oh, we're going to finish here anyway. Nail's at 1.5. And he's immortal. Do an additional up. Oh, that's okay. That is okay. This will finish off. I wish Piccolo kind of did a little bit more damage. He, as rock solid as he is in defense, I wouldn't mind something. Just being a Dokkan Fest exclusive, I kind of expected a little bit better out of him, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I don't even have the unit, hence why I'm running his team. So One 190 odd. Yeah, I think that's probably the wisest move. Give him as many as I can. He'll still take damage. And then give you that. Yes. Oh, this is going to be a long few phases coming into the end of the fight with Majin Vegeta. He's going to be a little bit exposed. I'm going to have to really babysit him, to be honest. That's okay. Oh, that's what I wanted. That will take him well over 200k defense. Even if he takes a super, we won't die. Here we go. I hope we don't die. That would have been a very... Yeah, 160. That's for an SDR unit at this point in the fight, especially a free-to-play SDR unit. That's more than fine. Especially with Nail, who is basically just a free heal every turn if we get half a dozen AGL orbs. And Piccolo's recovering a little bit anyway, and the Namekian Link's healing us a little bit, so it's not like anything happened. I'll get them. Piccolo can probably do enough. Look at 426,000. My god. Yep, I'll get the healing there, which is plenty. We won't be able to get a super attack with transforming Vegeta, but that's not a big concern because he's already solid in defense, and he's not going to get super attacked thanks to Piccolo's crazy ability to show us on rotation. Hopefully I get him on 13's banner. I will do a couple of summons on that one. Just because I do want Piccolo, and I wouldn't mind 13, although I'm not hell-bent on 13. I feel like they kind of shat the bed a little bit with his design, especially considering he followed Cooler. I think it'd be a little bit more acceptable 13's design if he came out before Cooler. It'd almost be like they kind of looked at him and gone, we can make a better unit out of this, but he should have been the artificial life forms instead of android leader, and he should have had an active skill transformation so that he could be as versatile as Cooler is with the whole with the support if you want, or the monster if you want. Even though he's not as much of a monster after he transforms as Cooler is, they could have given him some. That said, he always connects with his attacks, which is pretty valuable as it is. So it shouldn't matter whether we get supered here or not. I think we should heal up most of it. 17, I'm pretty sure we're below 77% health at the start of the turn, so I think he should be okay. I think all that matters is that Majin Vegeta is not getting attacked, to be honest. Yeah, can't wait for his EZA. I'll probably do the same team again, plus or minus a couple of different units who have come out between now and then when Majin Vegeta gets his EZA, just to see how it goes. Obviously you can run, I should point out as well, obviously you can run the Tech Blue Vegeta as a leader for just a worthy rivals team. Ooh, this might sting. But unfortunately, because of that, you can't run Nail, because the sub leader for Blue Vegeta is Tech, and obviously Nail is AGL, which is a shame. But it is what it is. That's why I'm running Transforming Vegeta. If you did want to run a full, just flat out worthy rivals team, it's a much better idea to run the Tech Vegeta, because everyone will then get the everyone is already getting 150% boost, so there is the argument to be made that Transforming Vegeta is better. But if you do the worthy rivals, that means 17, and Piccolo will get 120 rather than 100 or additional, which I don't really think you need other than for attack, because you would be well over 500k defense at the moment. We'll push this Blue Vegeta off so that he can meet the exchange unit again. When I said that they designed 13 poorly, I was just basically just talking about the release date. There's a good chance that they probably did design that 13 before Cooler. I would be confident that that's the case. Just looking at them, it just looks obvious. They have the tendency to do that. I think it was Goresh, shout out to Goresh, who made the point that Goresh is the one who does all the translations for the sub, and actually has a very, very entertaining YouTube channel doing similar things like just talking about the game and running certain teams as well. He made the point that actually a lot of the time when they release global first, they're releasing units that are designed to come out kind of at that point or later in Japan, but they just give it to global early. That's why a lot of the global first units seem a lot more busted than the average unit. But I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm global only, so I'll take it all. I'm taking here 40. Oh, that was a lot of orbs though. That was like a good kind of 3/4 of the field, and he still took 40 from a normal. Yeah, Margin Vegeta, at least pre-Easy A, is not super crash hot in this phase. In this fight, I should say. Yeah, Nail won't. Nail will shrug this super off like it is absolutely nothing at all. I do like these units, these normal banner units that are just crazy next to someone, because I've run this Nail without a Piccolo and he still holds his own very. Oh, look at that, nearly a million on an additional normal. He does still hold his own, but he goes from good to just bonkers when he's with a Piccolo, like to the point where like we talk about Kalen Caulifla and LR Gohan being just ridiculously safe units. Nail with a Piccolo at least is up there in that kind of discussion. He's not even Dokkan Fest exclusive. But yeah, mentioned before, we got Saiyan Day on the horizon. I'm going to risk this because we will definitely kill, and that's a full heal as well, definitely kill with the Tech Blue Vegeta, but I want to get a stack, maybe an additional here, just to be a little bit safer. After Saiyan Day though, it's safe to maybe assume that 13 would be following with it. Yes, that's exactly why I did that. Hopefully we don't get supered at the end and it pays off for me. But yeah, 13 should come out following. I don't see any reason they'd take Piccolo off the banner, seeing he hasn't returned since his debut, and that's how they did it in JP. Curious to see if they do change up the banner a bit. I wouldn't mind it, but that's just me personally, given what I have pulled in the recent banners. Now swap that around because he's super in that second. 533,000 defense. You are a monster, an absolute monster, and I can do what I want with Margin Vegeta this time around because he's not going to get attacked, so it doesn't really matter. Fun fact. My phone, for whatever reason, doesn't like recording past this phase, so I'm going to do a quick transition after this rotation. Oh, during this rotation, sorry. So, yeah, sorry you missed that nail attack, but yeah, my phone wigs out a bit when I'm recording. Kind of gets to a certain point and says the file size is too big. Yet I can just kind of hit record immediately and it just does this, it just carries on. 300... Wow. Oh, he's got... Oh, 17's given us defense. Sorry, didn't mean to hit that. 336,000. I think this is how I have to do it. I hope we don't get supered in that first slot because he doesn't have his reduction. Oh, what's this going to do? We'll be 1-6 standing still. 1-6 standing still. He's going to just... Oh, I wonder if he'll hit 3. He should hit 3. Or just shy of it. And that was a good chunk of orbs too. Like, that was nearly the whole field. I'd prefer the Tech Blue Vegeta to get supered, to be honest. Yeah, look, 3.1. Beautiful. And if he does an additional, that would be even better. Nah, bummer. That's okay. I would like to push this phase of the fight through as quickly as possible though. As I mentioned earlier, 3 out of 7 units are physical. At this point of the fight, 0 out... Oh, there we go. Piccolo, you're amazing. 3 out of that 7 don't... 3 out of 3 don't stack any more defense. I probably could have kept Piccolo on transform, but I'm running this team with a nail so that I can run this rotation, and there's no fun in just leaving him untransformed. I wanted to use Piccolo in all his glory, so I transformed him. And he's sturdy enough, even though his type disadvantage. Between him and transforming Vegeta, we're pretty safe. Transforming Vegeta got at least one additional on the way up to blue. So unless he's supered, I really don't have too much concern. Especially being Rainbow. There's a bit of a crit to help us out. What's he doing here? 2.2. See, his damage isn't all that bad. That was, what, 7-ish orbs? I forget, but 2.2 off what is pretty average for orbs is decent. Oh, this is not a good turn for us at all. Hopefully he doesn't super at all this turn, because he supered last turn, but this is a concern, because CF17 doesn't even have his damage reduction active. Margin Vegeta is, or that at least helps. That was really lucky actually. We should make it, as long as we're supered in the first slot, if we're supered at all. I'm a little bit worried. It's kind of the fun of a 2 sensu run. I can't even use an item to help me, even though I do have items with me. But as I mentioned at the start, I do that just because sometimes you can get unlucky with supers from the enemy. Just, you know, that one turn where it kind of... But that being said, we've basically got a sensu bean every other... Jesus. Oh, that hurts. Yeah, we've got a whole lot of healing on these rotations here. If we... Are we getting supered at the end? That should be fine though, because we can give Vegeta at the end a whole lot of orbs. Because we'll do that. We'll do... it doesn't really matter. We'll have enough orbs for both the Namekians and then all the green orbs for... all the tech orbs for Vegeta Blue. And that'll be almost a full heal. Yeah, it is a full heal. Wow. 1.3 with that, so he'll be pushing 3 mil, not quite I don't think, because he was standing still at 1.6 before. Yeah, crits too. Thank you. 1.79, make that 1.8. Hopefully you can hit 2 mil. Oh, yes. Hopefully you can hit 2 mil by the end of the fight. And he's critting. Oh my god, he's just melting it. I love that. 2.59. Very nice. Very nice. 69% too. These, him and the Goku, because that Goku... No, he doesn't fall under this leader skill. But he's very good as well. Really, really good. Both. I think I got that Goku at 79% in the hidden potential system as well. Bit of a worrisome turn again, this one, but again, hopefully we get supered on the exchange unit rather than anyone else. If at all. I'd prefer not to get supered at all, to be honest. And he's getting up there in attack. 1.5 is really good for him. Or them, I should say. I don't think we'll bust out Trunks. It's just... what's the point? He just gets weaker. Even if I did in the last turn, yeah, I'd prefer to just play it a little bit safer. Especially with the kind of team that we're running. If UI Goku dodges or something and then decide, ooh, that really hurts. Oh, that was... okie dokie. Well, at least that means 17 has his damage reduction active. I mean, silver lining somewhere, I guess. We got a super coming. We don't. Yeah, I still think it's safer though if we throw a nail at the end. It's annoying that we have to split up this rotation, but we'll get a Dokkan attack here, or yes, we will. So a little bit of extra healing. That's annoying. There's no blue orbs for us to heal up. As I was kind of saying that we got a built-in healing rotation, it kind of didn't play itself out the way I needed it to, so that we could heal back that monstrous damage that we took from from STRUI Goku on Margin Vegeta. At least I know that he's... well, I'd have to... I can't remember how many orbs he got. I think he got half a dozen. At least we know as long as he's not getting 1 or 2 orbs. That being said, if he got a normal, then he still would have died. So, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Oh, that's a crit, very nice, 1.73. So it's gone down a little bit because he's not linked up with Piccolo anymore, but that's okay. Do an additional? Nah, bummer. So yeah, he's really starting to beef up. Hopefully by the time I push him back around to Piccolo, he'll be pushing 2 mil, because I think he's going at that kind of rate. That's enough healing, yeah. What's he at? No. Yeah, get the healing. Get the healing. Perfect, and a little bit of extra healing again. Awesome. He won't take damage here. He doesn't. .8 with, you know, a few orbs is good. Really good. That finishes. I was hoping he wouldn't finish and he'd get an additional. That's the dream with that exchange unit. This is not good again. That's okay. He's super in the first slot. Oh, the beauty of Piccolo. Beauty of Piccolo. I think we might. Yeah, try and give margin of. Oh, that didn't fall right. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. That's okay. We won't die because we'll take absolutely nothing here, especially with 17's support. Oh, at least we got 17 support from Margin Vegeta. That was only about 5 or 6 orbs again though, so that's not ideal. We should have Nail next turn though, so if he does take too much from the normals. So this is a 17 without his damage reduction active versus UI Goku, and he's a 90% of the dupe system, so... Oh, and he's just going to do an additional for the giggles of it. I do think this 17, however, does live up to his name of MVP. 33k, 34k on a normal is honestly really respectable for a unit that doesn't stack and doesn't have his damage reduction active. That's good. Oh, 80. Yeah, you're a bit annoying at the moment. We're gonna have to babysit you to the end. 530. I don't think it matters. Yep, and then the greens will come down, and there should be enough physical orbs for Nail to get us another super attack. Not that he needs it for defense, but might just sturdy him up a little. Sorry, give him a little bit extra attack. Ooh. This will be interesting. Perfect. That's fine. He can only take less and less. They can only take less and less damage as the fight goes on. The enemy can't get any stronger from here on out, so that's okay. Margin Vegeta is not next turn, but 17 is. So we shouldn't have to use the Sensu Bean, depending on how UI Goku's super attacking, but we'll see how we go. It'd be good to know how to run it. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I think he'd be 2 mil by the time we get him onto the next rotation. And I don't think you know what damage means anymore now. You just don't. You're that good. Oh, all physical. Yep, we've got nothing to worry about here. Absolutely nothing to worry about. And he's not supering? Oh, he is, but he's supering Piccolo, so it won't matter. It really will not matter. If you're still watching and you've watched all the way through, I do appreciate that. These, like as I said earlier, I do put time codes in the description because I know that these are really long videos. So if you just want to kind of skip ahead and see how the team fares against one enemy or the other, that's fair enough. I don't blame you. As long as you enjoy what you're watching. If you've got any suggestions, comments, or anything like that, I'm relatively new to this, so I do appreciate any and all feedback. Leave it in the comments or the chat, however you're watching this, because I do stream to Twitch as I'm recording, and then I post it on YouTube later. I also come on Twitch fairly often as I'm setting up the overlay that you see there with the team and the hidden potential system on the left and everything like that on the right. So I'm more active than just the length of this video, on Twitch at least. And I do try to respond to as many comments as I can on YouTube. Give him it all. 168. Yes, I should have counted. That's okay. That's a full... Jesus. It's a full heal. And... oh, that didn't fall conveniently. I should have checked his defense. Bummer. Oh well. It'll be something like 600k at that point. Yep, 3-2 basically. An additional would make that 6-4. He doesn't though. That's okay. He's pulling his weight more than he really needs to, so I'm not super worried. I just hope that... oh, damn it. We haven't been supered. I hope we don't get super at the end here. I'm very curious to run this same team after merging Vegeta Easy A's. Oh, thank God. Just to see how much less we have to potentially babysit him. Alright, we'll heal that back up. What's that? 2 orbs? Yeah. Ridiculous amounts of healing. Yeah, we don't need a super attack, so if we can kind of rearrange it a little bit, so we've got a few tech orbs for that extra, yeah, 2 mil, perfect. Yeah, a few tech orbs for, oh, the additional. As you were. Yeah, for the, all the tech orbs for the, blue Vegeta. That'll be perfect. I don't think he needs a whole lot at this point in time, but the more the merrier, because he's still got type disadvantage, versus this enemy. Yeah, I still wish Piccolo had a little bit of extra damage about him. He's good. I really like him, and I really hope I pull him. Hence the reason I'm running this kind of a team, because I don't have him, but yeah, I don't know. You look at someone like Namekians, who still puts up kind of a bit more damage than that. Oh, that's actually quite convenient. 2.8, 280,000. Sorry, 3, 6, 9 plus 1 normals. Wow. Oh my days. He's nearly 800,000 defense. Menace. Absolute menace. Kind of weird that he throws his head back like that when he supers, but who cares? I do like it regardless. I wonder if I wouldn't mind him getting supered here. He won't take any damage. 780,000, he don't take damage. Even at type disadvantage, you just don't. Oh, that was a shame. Yeah, he's doing 800,000 on a normal though. I should say. So, I've gotten to the stage where they're really reliable. He took 150 before from this. Oh, did we have damage reduction? I think we did. I think we were below 77% health at the start of the turn. I don't know if that means we were or not. Oh. Okay, it looks like we're going to push. Wow, 746 from there. I think we might... oh, that's a lot of orbs though. That's over a dozen red orbs. 134, that's... I don't think that's nothing from normals yet, but it's enough that I'm not concerned about one normal. If you can think of any other units that would go into this makeshift kind of a team for worthy rivals and Namekians, leave it in the chat or the comments below. I love kind of running these hybrid looking teams, so I'm happy to take requests, because I think I personally have a little bit more fun running these kinds of teams than running just your standard same unit for both friend and leader. I hate the fact they don't link, even though you can sometimes get that, you know, like transform one Piccolo and not the other, but that's not the point. I like a full diverse 7 different units in a team. I think that's really fun. So the more they announce, like, oh, what's that? 3, 9, 10. He's going to get 9 orbs. And he's at 6. Yeah, he's not taking damage. That's okay. That is perfect. Yeah, so I'm really excited when they bring out units like, yeah, watch him take double digits. Units like these, or they revamp units like the blue Vegeta and his counterpart, the physical blue Goku, with those sub-leaders. So then you can I mean, if you did want to run nothing but a worthy rivals team, you can have Piccolo and the Blue Vegeta. Or if you want to run Masters and Student Bond and you didn't summon for Gohan, Future Gohan, the Int one, which would make sense, you can run the physical Goku as your leader, because you're more likely to have him, to be perfectly honest, given how old those units are. 1.7 and additional too. He won't be taking any damage anyway, because the enemy's already supered. But as we come to the end, we're finishing this off in pretty good style. We haven't even used an item yet. That wasn't my intention. I bring 2 sensus just for the safety of things, but I wouldn't mind pushing the... I should have left Piccolo on so I could see where they were supering. This is not a good thing. Hit that. If I hit the green, I can hit all the orange, and will it bring enough red? No, I think we'll play it safe and... God damn it. 6 orbs. I don't think that's very safe. If he gets supered, we're done. Because a normal will do... Oh, perfect. Alright, false alarm. A normal will do about 100k plus, I think, on Margin Vegeta. Even though he's got a bit of defensive support, 6 orbs is just not enough. 2 mil without Piccolo on rotation is very, very good. Is he going to finish this with the additional? I'll do it. Actually, MVP might just be in his Universal Survival Saga form and finish the fight off himself. Be the hero of the day. He is. Well done. I love MVP 17. But as I said, yeah, if you've got any suggestions or anything like that, let me know. I'm always open to feedback, ideas, everything like that. But yeah, to any and all that watched the whole lot, or even if you just skip to the end to kind of see how they perform versus the final phase, I appreciate you watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!